Well, good morning, Foothill Church. It's Monday the 22nd, and I just wanted to encourage you. First of all, it was great to see so many of you at our Father's Day, kind of rad donuts for rad dads yesterday, and just kind of see you even through a car window. Just grateful to have seen many of you in person. Just makes me want to see you all the more and get this thing over with. But that was fun, and hope you had a great Father's Day. I was reading a little excerpt from a Puritan by the name of Thomas Case, and I wanted to just share with you some of the things that he said. He says that in our sufferings, we need to be more concerned about our duty than our deliverance. I think that's such a good thing for us to remember right now. We should seriously consider, he says, what it is that God desires in our present situation. What's he trying to do? And he goes on to say that to desire deliverance alone is self-love and quite natural to man, right? In affliction, we seek to be delivered and released from our burden. And so we go to God and we say, man, how many of us bargain with God during seasons of hardship? God, if you'll just deliver me from this sickness, you'll get me out of this distress, you'll let all this be over, then I'll walk closer with you. I'll be more faithful to you. I will, give you my life, my heart, everything will be different. But he says, nothing can be more vile of a deceitful heart or a temptation or a snare of the devil to gain, as it were, more time from God. God, give me more time. I want to divert my heart. I want to turn away than what you've put me under in this present situation. So he goes on to then say, he looks at like Job and says, God intends good to the soul by the present chastisement. We don't use that word very often, right? But by what God is doing in our lives right now, he's intending good for his people, right? And he directs the soul to discern his aim. So he quotes Job and says, I have borne punishment. I will not offend anymore. Teach me what I do not see. I have done iniquity. I will do it no more. So Job's saying, man, I've learned. Now you've taught me through this, and I want to learn the lesson, God, you're trying to teach me. So we need to search our ways. We need to try our ways. This is where the psalmist in Psalm 139 says, search me, O God, see if there be any wicked way in me, and then lead me in the way everlasting, right? I don't want to just be delivered out from under this. I want, God, you to teach me what I need to know through my present circumstance. He goes on to say, man, through Philippians chapter 4, right, we learn to be content. We rejoice in our sufferings, Romans chapter 5, verse 3. We lift up Jesus Christ. I was just talking to a friend this morning, and how through this suffering that he's going through, not just what's happening in the culture, but personally some things that he and his family are walking through. And what an opportunity that we talked about even yesterday during the services of now we get an opportunity to give the reason for the hope, give an answer for the reason of hope that's within us, right? Because we're suffering and yet we're bearing up under that and showing Jesus to be glorified. And then he goes and says, listen to this. Paul studied more how to adorn the cross than to avoid it. Wow. Like that's what Paul did, right? He wasn't like, man, how can I get out from under this? And he says, I want to boast in the cross. I want to fill up the sufferings of Christ. And he says, if he must suffer for Christ, oh, that Christ might not suffer by him. May Christ be exalted, and let us entrust our souls to a faithful Creator. That's a good word for us today, and I hope that as we bear up under some of the various kinds of sufferings we're going through, God will continue to be gracious to us, and we won't just seek to be delivered, but God will say, man, what's our duty during this time? What do you want to teach me? And let God have his way. I love you guys. We'll be talking more this week, and try to give you an update, hopefully, about where we are in kind of in-person services and all that. But in the meantime, stay faithful to the Lord. Decide now you're just going to continue to hang in there through this time. And we will continue to pray for you, okay? Love you guys. Remember, text us if you need anything, 626-469-7070. And we'd love to be praying with you and for you. Love you guys and have a good day.